Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. This is Juan, spelled W-O-N. I'm here at Kimski in Bridgeport, Chicago. We're gonna be making a dish today using tried-in seafood noodles. And the first step of that is to put away your knife and your honing steel, because when you're on TV, everything should have already been done for you. So today we're gonna be making a Korean-inspired seafood noodle stir-fry with a few simple vegetables and a simple process, all in one pan. It's just fun to touch, and it's fun to play with. It feels great in your hands. I'm just gonna keep doing this for a little bit. It's just so much fun. Okay, so the first step, you're gonna have a heated pan ready to go. I told you it works. I almost just burned out my crotch. What was that? So, when you're cooking on screen, you might get your crotch blown out, but that's okay. You just keep it moving. You want to have a heated pan and a little bit of oil or any kind of fat. We like to make our own scallion oil in-house for the restaurant. We kind of flavor everything with this. So while this pan's heating, I want to show you some of the ingredients we're using, just real simple stuff you can find at home or at any grocery store. Some garlic, chopped up, some sliced red onions, some shishito peppers, some shiitake mushrooms, some scallions to garnish with. We're gonna finish everything off with a little bit of a gochujang sauce, which is basically a Korean fermented chili paste. We mix it with a little bit of tamari, a little bit of sesame seed oil, a touch of sugar to add a little bit of sweetness, so to cut through the spiciness of the paste. So I can see that the pan's heated up. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic first, just to kind of season and flavor the oil. You don't want it to burn, so once you get a good sizzle going, I'm gonna go ahead and add the onions. Remember when I told you how fun it is to touch these noodles? They feel really good. It's because they're gluten-free, non-GMO, 10 grams per 3-ounce portion. Okay, so we got our aromatics kind of softened up a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and add the shiitake mushrooms. Give it a little meatiness, a little more texture. You're gonna toss it again because you want all the flavors of the onion and the garlic to kind of permeate through the mushrooms and kind of play together nicely. You wanna find the smallest tongs you have in your house, just to make everything a little more awkward. We have to have a whole box of these here at the restaurant, which is awesome, because it makes me feel like a bigger man. So after that's kind of cooked down a little bit, we're gonna wanna add the shishito peppers. Now, let's say you don't like shiitakes and you can't find them somewhere for some reason. Just don't use it, use something else. You could use cremini mushrooms, button mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, trumpet mushrooms. Possibilities are endless. And if you don't like shishito peppers, you're a psychopath. So the thing about shishito peppers is that 1 in 10 are really, really spicy. It's kind of like playing the lottery. If you get a really spicy one, I would recommend going out and buying a jug of milk, because you're gonna burn your mouth off, and it sucks when it's that hot. At this point, you should have like a flame coming on my face or something. So all of our veggies are kind of browning nicely, and they cook down a little bit. At this point, we're gonna add our nice bouncy seafood noodles. Grab a nice little handful here. You wanna give it a little toss. You can see all the flavors kind of playing together. So the great thing about these noodles is that they're flavor neutral. So it'll pretty much absorb anything that it's being cooked in, any flavor, any kind of spices, any kind of dry rubs. And because there's so much protein in it, it holds its shape and holds its texture. And it's resilient in soups or any hot application. But then again, you could also just serve these cold in like a little dressing, little ginger, sesame, soy dressing, any kind of chili dressing, or just eat it right at the package and put it over your salad. At this point, you can hear the nice sizzle. The noodles are getting nice and brown and getting a little bit of texture. We have a little pepper that's flying out the pan. We're gonna add our chili sauce. This is a chili sauce that we make in-house. It's basically gochujang, which is a fermented chili paste that Koreans use, with a little bit of tamari and a little bit of sesame seed oil and a little bit of sugar. We're gonna kind of drizzle it in. We're gonna kind of stir it around real quick. We wanna coat the noodles and all the vegetables. We wanna marry everything together. So just because these flavors are married doesn't mean that you have to get married. If you're single and miserable, or if you're single and happy, you do you. You don't have to get married. Deep random thoughts with Juan Kim. All right, so these noodles are nice and hot. They got nice and the sauce thickened it up nicely. And all we're gonna do is just serve this right on a nice, clean, handmade, artisanal plate, just to make everything look nice. And we're gonna finish it off with a little bit of freshness, a little bit of chopped scallions. And there you have it. In less than 6 minutes, in less than 8-minute abs, you have dinner, lunch, breakfast, brunch, slunch, dunch, whatever you want to call it. It's ready to go. And super flavorful because these bad boys. Now I'm like actually entranced. I'm actually entranced by the falling of the noodles. Should put a ring on it. Sorry. Some of you that know who I am will probably watch this and say that we sold out. You're absolutely right on that.